Marni Roe lost her 19-year-old son, Tucker, in 2021. He took what he thought was a Percocet pill that he bought online. Stefanie is with us this morning. Since her son's death, she has founded the Tucker Project. Thank you and welcome back. Start by talking about Tucker and how you still today remember him and are his voice and advocate in this fight.
Yes, Tucker was my 19-year-old son, my firstborn, my only son. He was a vibrant, bright young man, just living his life. And this was in 2021. I had never heard of illicit fentanyl. And ever since his death, I've just been on a mission to get education and legislation across the nation requiring fentanyl education for students and parents.
What have you learned, Stefanie, in your research? And we illustrated just how deadly this drug is, but as you have spoken to other families and you talk to students, what is your message about the dangers, the real dangers you know so intimately about this drug?
It's just readily available, and it's available through teens on social media. It's pumped into our nation. And, just to put this in perspective, to think about our country where we know where this poison is coming from. What other country do you know would just continue to allow something to continue to murder and kill its citizens? And that's what is happening and has continued to happen. And, really, if more had been being addressed over the last 4 years, maybe these tariffs wouldn't have to be in place. Maybe we would be a little bit ahead of it, but nothing has really changed other than more lives are being lost.
In Tucker's case, he thought he was taking something else. He bought the pill online. Were you able to track its origin?
Yes, and he was arrested and charged with Tucker's death, where he was a 19-year-old boy who had killed other kids in our area as well with the pills that he was selling. So that is another thing. These drug dealers are oftentimes their peers on social media. And that is where I look at the work that we have done, and we're having to go state by state and pass legislation requiring schools to teach it. But why are we having to do this when we know where this is coming from? It kind of seems like we have the root cause. Now we're saying, oh, we have to just educate students on it. And well, I'm appreciative for Tucker's Law, and I do believe it's saving people, and the Tucker Project interdisciplinary curriculum is saving lives. I would like to see more being done to stop it from even coming into our country.
So hearing about these tariffs, at the start, it will make it harder for other countries to get this drug in. Do you think that this is the first right step into a solution to stop this? Do you think that these moves will save lives?
I think that it's one of the steps. I don't think we can look at a solution to this in any one area. It's a really multifaceted approach that we have to have, right? We have to look at how are we treating this with law enforcement? What are our recovery efforts? What is the education? And then, of course, protecting our borders and stopping it from coming into America.
And when you talk to students, what questions do they ask you? And do you feel as though the more we talk about this as an epidemic and the dangers of the drug, that the message is getting through of just how dangerous it is?
Absolutely. My message always to students are the Tucker Project is not a just say no campaign. It is get educated. Knowledge is power. And when you have better knowledge, you can make better decisions. And that's what we really try to do with our students is empower them and have the facts on fentanyl. So when they know this is what it looks like, this is what it scientifically does to your body, and these are the solutions and recover ways that you can resist finding yourself in those situations, and definitely saves lives. I will go and speak to thousands of students, and during that time after, I'm flooded where people come up to me and tell me, I lost my parent, I lost my sibling, I'm struggling, I am in recovery myself, or I've been given Narcan multiple times. Fentanyl is so highly addictive, and what it does to a brain, what it does to an adolescent brain is almost unrepairable. And the only way to get ahead of this is through prevention.
Well, we thank you for the powerful voice that you are sharing, and in honor of your son. What a special way to recognize him and to keep his legacy alive. Stefanie, thanks for coming back as always. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.